So welcome to TalentCheetah's free webinar. We're Cheetah Fast. Today is April 25th. All right, today's webinar is going to be about GenAI ChatBots comparative analysis and the LLMs powering them. And we're very happy to have a guest speaker, Tomasz Boinski, who has a very unique background. We'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to tell you a little bit about TalentCheetah, a little bit about Tomasz. So about TalentCheetah, for those of you that don't know about TalentCheetah, TalentCheetah is a digital talent marketplace that helps businesses find and hire project, program, and product management experts. We exclusively focus in that domain, that is project managers, program managers, and product managers. It's a free digital directory. We now have 143, yes, count them, 143 and growing US-based project, program, and product management experts. We offer a variety of services. We're Cheetah Fast. We have quality pre-screened experts. 80% of the TalentCheetah community has their PMP certification. 75% of the TalentCheetah community have advanced degrees, master's degrees, and 65% are from underrepresented groups such as women, minorities, and veterans. We're agile, super agile. The opportunities on our platform are part-time, full-time, temporary, permanent, on-site, hybrid, and remote. So that's my take on TalentCheetah. So if you're not already a member of our TalentCheetah community, I would encourage you to join us by going to www.talentcheetah.com and clicking on the lower left orange button that says apply as a freelancer. Now, a little bit about our esteemed speaker today, Tomasz Boinski. He's a seasoned PMP with over 15 years of experience, and he specializes in PM methodologies at the intersection of IT and AI. Tomasz is a member of PMI Los Angeles, PMI San Francisco Bay Area chapter, and PMI Warsaw. Did I leave any chapters out, Tomasz? Okay. He's led complex international development projects in IT and AI development, integration, and deployment. Currently, as head of operations, he works on a pioneering GenAI chatbot called Blue Box AI. He also serves as a mentor and consultant in the various PMI chapters that he's a member of, as well as other places that he'll tell you about, sharing his expertise, his experience, and PM best practices. His dedication to continuous learning and passion for leveraging AI and project management demonstrate his commitment to driving innovation and excellence. He's got a BS in computer science and MS in IT systems management, and he's got a boatload of certifications, such as the Prince 2, which is very popular in Europe, the PMI ACP Agile Certified Practitioner, and the PMP, among many others. So, Tomasz, with that introduction, I'm going to hand it off to you, and I'm going to
thank you.
Presenting.
Yeah. So let's jump into it. First, I would like to say thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, TalentCheetah, for having me today. I will skip this part. We already know this. So just a little bit about me. Yes, I'm a partner of IBPM company from Poland, well-established company delivering different and IT solutions. My focus right now in States is basically this solution, Blue Box AI, private generative AI chatbot, private solution. I do a lot right now in the field of business development and technical pre-sales, and of course, like, managing projects for clients. Also on the side, I started another partnership venture with tech developers. That's something new. We basically, as TED, help startups to basically bring ideas from 0 to 1. And we also help traditional companies with digital transformation. One disclaimer, all views and opinions are mine. Today, we're gonna jump into generative AI topic. I'm gonna present some well-known, probably, or maybe not, solutions on the market. I'm gonna support some theses with some numbers, some data. Basically, we're gonna discuss. I will tell you about large language models and chatbots. Just a little bit about RAG. This is like specific architecture for generative AI. Just a little bit about prompt engineering, because this is essential, this is crucial for user experience, and just a little bit about advantages of private solutions, but just a little bit, one slide maybe. Okay, so where are we now? So as you can see, talking about LLMs, we are super deep into the topic of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a huge topic. We won't deep dive into it, but as you can see, there's a lot of different layers, and actually models, those generative AI models, are here. So this is like a part of generative AI models family. Large language models, basically, they're responsible for text processing, and they are part of generative AI deep learning domain. Very deep inside this AI onion. As you can see on the left, there's a lot of concept. A lot of concept is a huge topic, which is like blooming right now, and it's even I believe it's impossible to comprehend everything. You have to specialize somewhere. Okay, moving forward. Let's start with generative AI and models. I will try to basically explain, because believe me, many times I have this kind of situation. I'm meeting people, and there is like a little bit, a misunderstanding about generative AI and models. For most of the people, it's somehow the same. I'm not sure about you, but if some of you may think like this is the time and place to discover the truth. So basically, in the world of generative AI, which is basically as simple to name, it's basically a solution that create content. Just if somebody will ask you what's generative AI, oh, that's a intelligent solution to create content, and that's it. That's the whole definition. Believe me.
The image text
In this, thank you.
Code.
Please mute yourself. Thank you. And in this topic, in this field of generative AI, we have like different solutions, which may be unimodal, like only with using only one model, like large language model, or we have like multimodal solutions which utilize different models at once. So it's like a combination architecture of different models, not only large language models. So yes, basically there's always like an architecture. There's always like some kind of training data set specific for a model. So for instance, for text model, that's going to be text. For imaginary image processing model, that's going to be, set of images, huge set of data related with the model. Then we have to train a model. So we have to basically process a lot of computing, do a lot of computing, extensive computing over the data set, then fine tune for a different purpose, different goal. And then we can have, see on the right, we can have different models, like text to text, like basic large language model, language model, basically. Okay, we can have text to image, text to audio, text to video, different models. Those are the models, basically. Different types of models. So now, I hope we know what are models.
Oh no.
Let's move in just a little bit towards super basic, I think even core. Thank you. Core definitions. So large language model basically is a algorithm, IT like technical algorithm, which basically use natural language processing for providing output, which is also a text, which we can read. It's natural to human beings. We have something like parameter count. Each model has a number correlated, number of parameters. Basically, that's the complexity of the model. Each parameter is basically a number somewhere inside the model, which will describe a token. Token is the smallest chunk of data, text data in the model. And believe me, tokens are small, okay? They'll have like from 4 characters up to have to load more, but for some words, for some phrases, for some words, we have different meanings and we have different correlation with different words. So there's a lot of data, metadata to add to a single token. And those are parameters. So more parameters, more complicated the model is. More data in training used, and the model by default should behave much better, provide superior quality over smaller model. Of course, it's also a trend to create small, super efficient models for small devices, for small computing units. It's also a trend, but this is something that's out of scope today. Our focus is basic on base models, fundamental models, which are basically those huge ones you can basically see around everywhere, which are most popular, and they are basically used for different solutions, different chatbots. Okay, maybe one more thing to add here, context window or context length. This is basically how much we can put in to process. So we're putting something into the solution. I'm not using model, I'm not using chatbot to the solution. There's gonna be like, black box processing this input. We're gonna receive the output, and basically the context window is how much data can we put in. This is basically another important information about any given model. Now, the biggest challenge, and probably that's why I'm here, Jeff. We can see rapid evolution, even revolution. It's super fast-paced moving industry right now. Chatbots, generative AI, and all those models supporting. So believe me, I will show you that in a second. There is no chance even to capture for long, the leaderboard, which model is the best, which chatbot is the best, because it's changing almost weekly, almost daily. So that's huge challenge, basically, to somehow comprehend all those services on the market. It's important to add here something about a baseline, human baseline. We can see this is from the latest report from Stanford University. You can see which basically topics are better, in which topics already generative AI is better than human. This is like average human baseline. So we can see some of the solutions already are better than human comprehension. So in the future, probably by default, in theory, AI will be smarter than human. Elon Musk said 2 to 3 years. I think in this December he said 5 years, but now he's saying 2 years. So that's kind of interesting future ahead of us. Now, to basically understand the general landscape of large language model, I think the best perspective is to basically see what's on the market, what are different companies using, in the meaning of how they're building their solutions with different technology. So as you can see on the left, we have the most important providers, cloud providers on the market: Amazon, Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, IBM, of course. We can see how much of the market right now they possess. And now you can see, moving right, model providers. So you can see what companies are supporting models, providing models for each platform. Then you can see what kind of model family is behind. So for instance, taking this like biggest chunk here, OpenAI, as you can see, 24% of the market right now. That's number one basically provider of models on the market. It's most used all over the place. As you can see, different models here. Those are exactly the models provided by OpenAI. Okay, as you can see in the last column, in most cases, those solutions available on the market are like text oriented. So this chunk, yes, those are large language models. So most business cases right now, the focus is on processing text. As you can see, image, Second, this is different model. That's not LLM, that's diff, that's stable diffusion model, that's something different architecture of a model, and other models. This is a very interesting picture. I really encourage you to, if you're interested in this topic, to follow this influencer. Eduardo is one of the best influencers on this topic on LinkedIn. So let's move forward. Now the question, so which model is the best? Okay, because we have this kind of logic. Okay, so if we're gonna have the best possible model, probably we're gonna have the best possible generative AI ready-to-use solution. So as you can see, when I started to work on this presentation, I made the first screen. So yes, this one is from end of March, as you can see. I made this picture. This page, one remark, this page, I believe is the best page, best open source project, basically to gather all those open source models and track the progress development of those models, and all those of course commercial models. So if you will ever be interested in models, not in the final solutions like chatbots and stuff, no, in models, this is the most important page to follow. Hugging Face, huge basically a full directory repository of all possible open source models, and also, like, everything that is related with commerce models too. As you can see, number one solution, end of March, Claude. ChatGPT second. So basically, this is basically the leaderboard for LLMs almost a month ago. Okay, now this is the picture I took today. So as you can see, this is exactly from today. As you can see, ChatGPT Turbo is number one. Claude going down just a little bit, and Gemini, as you can see, different models. Or Llama, the new Llama, like it's like super fresh, 1 week old, and other models. So the whole leaderboard is a little bit different. One thing to add, there are different methods to basically calculate, rank the model. You can read about this on this page, on Hugging Face. There are like open source methods to rank models. There are commercial methods, and there are, like, of course, like user-friendly methods, like typical ranking and voting. This page, this rank is according to arena method. So basically, this is those are the votes provided by testing different models by users by votes. But you can see different pivots according to different methods. This is the best source to check which model right now is basically the best. And now, this is crazy, believe me. I took this like an hour ago. As you can see today, new Chinese model, basically beating all the models in all different tests. You can see here there are benchmark different tests, like the prompt tests, performance tests, different tests. So we have in rows different performance or benchmark tests. As you can see, this new model from China, SenseNova 5.0, it's beating basically everybody, whole competition right now. That's super interesting. So this is like super fresh, maybe 2 hours old. So this is the challenge, as you can see, new models popping every day. Now, about the comparative analysis, my approach will look like this. I decided to look on this analysis from the practical point of view, as us, as freelancers, as consultants, as project managers, as the professionals. So my presentation is from the perspective of a professional, let's say, position of professional job, and basically how much can I get out of the solution as a professional during my daily routines, daily work. And of course, I will support this ranking, my ranking on the popularity. I made some surveys, believe me. One important thing, Yes, there's a page, so you can access this page. There's an AI for that. Basically, they are already indexed more than 12,000 AI solutions, chatbots, not only chatbot, but generative AI tools. So I'm just giving you a number: 12,000 ready to use, deployed on production solutions you can use. 12,000. That's not a joke. So as you can see, this industry is booming. This industry is booming. Okay, I made a small survey among my peers, my connections, approximately 100 people, totally random. I asked them about favorite generative AI solution, and this is the answer basically. Most of my connections, most of people said ChatGPT, second Gemini, Bing, Copilot from Microsoft, Claude from Anthropic, and some others. Really, some others. I will try also to mention them. But basically, this is the popularity among my peers. And basically, that's the latest popularity survey by AI Accelerator Institute. And same here on the market. Basically, the huge sample is also supporting this. ChatGPT basically is the most popular solution on the market as a solution everybody can use in a free way or professional way. Why? Because it's super efficient and super reliable. Okay. Also the link to the report. So summary, some of those solutions I will deep dive in a second. This is just an overview for them. Let's go. We have some time, so I can talk more about solutions here. So number one, according to popularity, according to market, ChatGPT right now version 4 for Turbo, huge, as you can see. That's a huge model. It's each model is like language model is like 200 million, 20 of billion parameters. So that's a huge one with a huge context window, so we can upload a lot of data into one prompt, into one query. The cutoff knowledge base, basically, this stands for what kind of data was used for the training. So they use the data basically relevant for the last year. So nothing from this year. So that's the cutoff knowledge date. But of course, for premium solution, you can also use ChatGPT as an online solution. Okay, incognito, yes, you can just type chat OpenAI or openai.com ChatGPT. Sorry, I forgot exact address, but you can use it in very incognito mode. Play around, test yourself without any traces. This model, this service will provide the biggest value for money. So you have access to multiple models. You have access in paid version. You have access to DALL-E. That's a model for creativity, to create graphics. So, for instance, for creating graphic content for your blog post, for instance, you have access by over API to this model, so you can use this model in other solutions. It's very simple to use. Sora, this is like a super cool text to video model. Probably you saw some clips about this. Right now, it's not public. They're still testing. They probably do some trust and safety limitations, putting some regulations not to create too much crazy videos. And of course, there's like GP store where you have access to multiple custom ChatGPTs created by other users. Google Gemini, a huge one. The latest version is really huge. More than 500,000 billion parameters. So that's a huge model. Maybe one remark to add, the size is also related with different languages and basically data set. So as we can guess, Google the access to data is huge, so they can probably prepare huge data training set, and that's why they can create such a huge model. Also huge context window. This model, the goal was to create like an online model. So basically this model will provide you very relevant, up-to-date information. And from my perspective, if you would ask me, that's my choice. If I would like to dig in current events, current situation, digging into news, ask for some kind of news among the internet from different outlets, I would instead of typing into search bar in Google, I will ask Gemini. I will see also links to most important topics. You cannot use it incognito. You need a Google account. Just sign in or sign up for Google. Probably you all have Google accounts, but yes, you have to sign in to use it. Gemini.google.com, simple address. What's so special about Gemini? Google based. It's basically you can integrate even free version over your over limited number of Google tools like email. So Gemini can help you write emails, can help you dig in your Google Drive for free, but for premium, it's full integration among different tools. And in the future, I think it will happen soon. You will be able to use Gemini natively in Google Chromium, the web browser, with a lot of new features, but probably for those paid tiers. Okay. Same for Microsoft. Same popularity right now, believe me. Microsoft partner with OpenAI, so they by the core are using GPT-4, but of course they have another layers of other models from Microsoft basically to incorporate GPT inside the whole Microsoft environment. But by the core, it's a GPT model from OpenAI, and we have the same features as with Google. So basically, Bing will basically connect, will integrate with all your Microsoft solutions. So having this Microsoft 360 solution with Bing, you can use AI everywhere, like in almost in all apps as assistant. What's important here, you can use it by incognito. You can just, without signing in, signing up, you can just use it, play around. Of course, for those free options, there are some limitations, like number of queries you can submit. They are limited, of course. And Claude from Anthropic, this one is very specific, and there's a reason why are people using Claude, because Claude, the goal was to create a GenAI, a chatbot, which will provide very trusty and very scientific answers. So number one, the training set is very well prepared for training. So this company is putting a lot of attention to trust and safety, to ethics, and Claude tends to be meant to be very I would say ethical chatbot. So if you're looking for a very ethical text, long outputs from chatbot with huge level of let's say confidence, Claude is the model you should choose. That's not general solution for, like, for any task probably you can have, but for very specific scientific topics, when you need a lot of trust, that's the model to use. That's why it's so specific. It's very popular among the academic community. Now, what's more on the table, like those other chatbots? Definitely Perplexity perplexity. Perplexity. Sorry for this. This is very interesting solution with own models also, and also with other models to use. You can use it for free. Just enter this this page. You can use it free with incognito. It's fully connected to internet. That's another interesting thing. You can get very nice news, recent news in the output. It's also meant to be a very scientific specific solution. So the basically the goal to use it is also like it's recommended for the professional use in scientific field. Two very interesting solutions. Maybe interesting from the perspective of like daily use. Meta, this is super new this week or last week. Now with Meta we have basically, because of this Llama 3 new model, new ecosystem of models, and basically new edition of them, Meta decided to incorporate them finally to Facebook, to WhatsApp, to Messenger, to different apps. Not everybody probably have access right now. This is evolving, not in every country. But the model is huge. Llama 3 is like 70 billion and 8K. The window is 8K. So it's very nice general use chatbot to ask for questions instead of searching something in the internet. General questions, providing information, helping you with daily task routine. But I don't encourage you to use this one for content creation. Same with Grok. Grok, as you know, ex-Twitter, now X. So Elon Musk is behind this model. 86 billion parameters, huge context window, also social media integration. But here's the catch: you have to be a premium user of X, of Twitter. Basically, you have to pay for this. You cannot play around with Grok. But I still know a lot of people are using this app. I'm using this app, but maybe not in. I'm not paying for Twitter, but I know people are using this. Is also still very popular. Of course, you can find a lot of free open source solutions in the internet. I can recommend just to check one free solutions from the Hugging Face. This is always up-to-date chatbot with open source models only, so you can just compare like something that's super free, made out of totally open source building blocks versus top commercial solution. So you should also try at least I think purposely. I think you should try it. It may also be like good all around bot, even in your mobile phone. As a bookmark page, you can quickly access this one too. If you're not using social media, of course. Now the question is, should we pay for premium features? It's a very common question, and I believe a lot of you now, you also have this kind of question. Should I pay for this solution or no? Oh my God, another subscription, another money from out of my pockets. From my perspective, you're a professional. If you're working daily with basically marketing, and if you create daily like professional deliverables, professional artifacts like official emails, formal official communication, yes, definitely you should pay the price. You should basically subscribe for a premium feature from those top 5 I provided. Why? Because you're gonna have the access to the best models on the market. You will have a very reliable solution. You will have better user experience. You will have a history of chats. You will have all the files in one place. You will have a history of a chat, for instance, with attachments you provided. Of course, the history is limited for some to 3 months, for some to 1 month, but it all depends on the solution. You will have access to multiple models to use, also not only one family of models, but different models. You will have access to internet with all those premium solutions. You can use some solutions over API, so you can add LLM processing to different apps. You have some crazy unique features like, like Microsoft, like Google, access to the whole environment, integration with other apps across the board. You may have also image generation for some. Now, not every chatbot will work in this multimodal state. Some types, yes. For instance, like ChatGPT can create, but Google for now they blocked this feature. They had some problems with quality. Quality of pictures, of the content of those pictures in Google by Gemini family of models. You can, with some solutions, with paid solutions, you can create your custom chatbots, your own private chatbots, private, like limited, with limited privacy, of course. I will tell you why just in a second. And of course, you have like priority access to upgrades. I think the best thing here is the quality, best models that will provide the best output, and of course reliability. Of course, sometimes high usage. There are some issues even with the best solutions because everybody is using those solutions right now, but it's very, very, very rare. Now, another problem with chatbots, I have to highlight this one, a challenge about basically general usage. Please remember, whatever you're gonna put in the chatbot, we call this a prompt, whatever you're gonna put in, you will receive adequate output to your prompt. So if you're gonna put a lot of effort in your prompt to create a question, a query for a chatbot, for generative AI, you can expect better outputs from the solution. And like garbage in, garbage out, old IT statement. So remember, this is super important for everybody. So if you would like to test different solutions on your own, first create like 2 or 3 super fancy prompts in that detail, and then copy paste all those solutions and see how can the output be different from a different solution, and basically evaluate on your own from those top solutions. It's really difficult to say which one will create best output, but it's up to you, to your decision, to your preferences, to decide which one is better for you. Some people will prefer some solution over different solution because that's the decision. But what you have to learn to master before you're gonna deep dive to this universe, you should basically be familiar with this concept. It's called prompt engineering. So basically how we should write proper prompts. And please don't use any solutions over the internet which are like premium solutions helping you to create best prompts. Don't buy such things like this, like the ultimate cheat sheet or whatever. You don't have to buy this. You don't have to pay for this. Unfortunately, there's a market for this. People basically are willing to pay like $5 for a cheat sheet to basically use to basically learn how to prompt, but you don't have to. This project, this is an open source project with GitHub repository, with a very nice wiki. You can learn about proper prompting from this source, and this is the only one prompt learning source you need. Believe me, the ultimate guide how to prompt. Okay, so please keep this in mind. If you want to evaluate solutions on your own, first learn how to prompt properly, and then try the same prompt over different solution.
Hi, Tomasz, I have a
Yes?
quick question, please.
Sure.
Great presentation. Thank you. My question is around your favorite prompt that you personally use on a daily basis.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you, Rebecca. I prefer but that's my observation. That's my observation. I prefer like simple solution. I like to call it like semi-user story, like prompt. Like we all know that, you know, in a agile world, basically working with user stories, there's a specific formula to create user story, and I have the same idea for prompting. So basically, whenever I'm prompting something, I will always first set the role for the chatbot. So I will always start with act as a project manager, act as a senior project manager, or now you are project manager. Okay, so I will frame the role. I will frame the context for the role. That's always the first thing I'm gonna do. So if I'm gonna create a content for LinkedIn or for any like content, let's say marketing content, I will always frame the context of the role. Act as a marketing specialist, marketing expert in the field of digital marketing. Okay, that's the first part. Like in user story, we're putting a persona, yes? Second, I will ask for something. So then I will gonna put exactly what should be done, what are my expectations to the output. So as a content expert creator, digital creator, create a entertaining post, social media post about this and that. Okay, so I will put in the middle what to create, and at the end I will finish with a short sentence about the general output. I want, for instance, make it short, easy to read, easy to understand, use simple wording, add emojis. So for user stories, okay? Who, persona, what, and goal. So and purpose for what. So here we got like we're framing the role. So we have persona, what to do, and we're framing the outputs. So that's my secret. Whenever I'm gonna prompt, I'm always gonna frame role, ask for something, and then frame the output. And basically that's my way to go if I'm creating something. Okay, that's if I'm creating something. I think the most common sense method to prompt chatbots, generative AI. Okay.
Thank you, Tomasz. That was very clear and
thank you.
helpful.
Now, why and how we should use those generative AI chatbots? Like, question: why? Why in the first place we should use it? There's interesting explanation with some numbers supporting this. As you can see, numbers from Reddit, thread analysis from Reddit. Reddit is a huge platform, millions of users daily, millions of users weekly, and basically those are ideas from a huge sample. So here I'm providing a huge sample of use cases, which are most common use cases for generative AI chatbots. As you can see, in most cases, people are doing what? They're creating content, promotional and sales copywriting, any kind of copywriting, mostly promoting, so like marketing content and sales content. That's basically the number one use case from this sample of users and all those posts from Reddit. Another popular use case to use a generative AI chatbot is basically the summarization of complicated papers. So basically, you can upload a file, even a huge one, like hundreds of pages. Of course, there are limitations to some limitations to the file, but you can upload huge files and ask for some summarization of this file. Like for instance, you can upload 500 pages of a report in PDF file and ask for 10 most important highlights, or create me a summary of all those all topics included and short summary for each topic. So this is another very popular use case. Finding information in repository of documents or in the huge basically repository of different papers. Another very popular use case, kind of similar, customer support bots to basically automate different things, and Copilot for coding. So those are most popular use cases right now on the market. And the conclusion is, in most cases, basically, maybe of course, for first one, of course, we can also use like supporting materials, input materials, yes. But all those cases, basically, they are using this RAG architecture. Now I want to tell you about RAG architecture, what it is exactly in the meaning of chatbots, okay? Because most of those chatbots and GenAI solutions, they are using this architecture. Why? Because that's a retrieval architecture. They're putting some kind of data and enriching your output. So that's the RAG architecture. RAG is everywhere. Sometimes it's more complicated. Sometimes it's super easy, like pulling information from the internet only. But now let me explain what it is exactly. So in general, RAG, like this retrieval augmented generation, is basically a method, a technique to create a solution when we basically using two different components. We're using external set of data, and we're using any chatbot or dedicated chatbot or like any model we want to use to process this data and create the output. Okay, so this is exactly the thing we're doing for our customers. It's called Blue Box AI. We are creating such a private solutions for our customers where they can, like in safe private environment process their proprietary secret data. Now, what are the use cases? Most popular use cases? You can definitely, number one, chat with your documentation. You can chat with your database. You can chat with your data warehouse. You can chat with whole collections of your documents. You can chat with your SharePoint. You can chat with your Jira, with your Confluence. You can chat with everything. Basically, the chatbot will pull the data from any given source. You can create different collections for different use cases. For instance, if you will have, like a chatbot on the page as a customer service chatbot, you can create different collections for different products, upload different manuals, different documentations related with a product, different product, and you can create multiple chatbots with different collections. Exactly, chatbots. Instead of like simple rule-based chatbots, you can have those AI chatbots, like real assistants on the page. You can try this. You can go visit my page and you can try it on your own. And of course, you can connect this whole solution to a human, like fully animated, almost like human-like chatbot experience, which will be very, very helpful for a lot of different customer service use cases. Now the retriever architecture is very simple. Believe me, that's like it is very, very bare bone minimum. It's not so complicated. Basically, I will try to explain you briefly. So you have your query, so you have your prompt. So you're asking the solution. You're not asking the LLM. You're not asking the chatbot. You're asking the solution. It may be different kind of solution with this kind of feature, but basically you're asking a chatbot for something. Your prompt gonna be interpreted in the meaning of in the mathematical way. So there's gonna be some kind of embedding model created. Embedding model is basically like manifestation of your text to tokens to mathematical parameters. Those parameters used by LLM. Then you're gonna process this query translated into embedding model into your vector database. Vector database is a huge database which is prepared on your data. You're gonna upload to the solution, and whole data is basically translated into tokens, parameters, into embeddings, data chunks, a lot of different things. Different concepts are related with vector database. I will skip this maybe detail, but this embedding gonna look for best matches inside this database, dedicated database. It will retrieve the context. So we're gonna pull out all the necessary interesting information for you, and then the model finally will process the whole chunk, the whole package, the whole batch, and will create what? Natural language response for you with this output provided by this vector database. So that's basically a RAG solution in a nutshell. What's important here, of course, this is super easy to understand picture, but of course, any solution is. Most of the solutions are much more sophisticated, much more features are in place, like for instance like lexical search. So this response can be like, with extra links, with extra text snippets. It can be like, custom made, depends on the solution.
Tomasz, I just want to give you a quick time check. We've got 5 minutes left.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. My recommendation for you, for this group, for you as professionals right here, is that's a no-brainer. It's ChatGPT. Why? Because for $20 you can get what? You can get the best model on the market. You can get diffusion model daily to create pictures, illustrations. You can even, believe me, you can even create wallpapers for your desktop, or you can create wallpapers for your mobile phone. You can even play with your kids to create some crazy art using Daily. That's super fun, believe me. If you have kids, you should try this, definitely. You can create your own RAG. Yes, you can create your own custom chatbot. Imagine, for instance, you're a professional, you're a professional consultant, you have a huge repository of your own like templates, of your own papers, everything. You can upload, create your own chatbot, your virtual representation with all this knowledge. You can upload up to 20 files, each half a gig size. So that's a lot of pages, also with pictures, and you can have your own chatbot. You can create this for $20, and you can use this chatbot as your personal professional assistant, helping you with your customers. And that's within your context, within context of your role, because those are your papers, your artifacts, your documents, and you can basically you want to receive generic answer from GPT, you will receive fine-tuned answer from your personal chatbot. So that's the solution for every professional right now. It's very easy to create such a personal assistant. Remember one last thing. Remember, yes, your data. So remember, if you're doing something for yourself, you're free to go. Check ChatGPT. It's safe. It's safe to upload the data. The risk is only that ChatGPT probably will use this data somehow to train a model maybe in the future. So remember, if you want to have something like this, you should also consider this risk of your data information. And if you want to have such a professional solution, there's always like business solution in place when you can make this RAG architecture private and business friendly. So in private, like virtual network, for instance, or in your data center, totally without any access from the outside world, without any access to internet, only in the intranet. Okay, key takeaways. That's almost the last slide for today. Please experiment, test, play around. As I said before, prepare a prompt, test over different solutions, select one solutions and go for it for premium. Remember that generative chatbot, it's not one model, it's not one family. Sometimes it's even a lot of different models from different families, or multimodal solutions, like different models providing different outputs, like text, video, sound, and stuff. So remember, this is not equal. Go premium. Yes, I really encourage you. I'm using premium ChatGPT for different use cases. Remember about prompting. Garbage in, garbage out is always up to you. That's another industrial revolution going. So you have to learn, you have to catch up, you have to be updated what's going on in the market. please at least subscribe to any feed of news about AI, what's going on, and don't get crazy. 12,000 solutions on the market. Don't get crazy. Don't test everything. Focus on the on top providers. I think this market will be like divided among like maybe 10 providers, and that's the future. We're gonna see like the biggest probably will win in the long run. So yes, learn. Best sources to learn about generative AI. Number one for me, and they've always been learning, LinkedIn Learning. Type generative AI, look for learning paths, and there are different learning paths for different professionals to achieve different goals, and try to basically start with LinkedIn Learning. Very good quality and totally agnostic. Agnostic, I mean, in the technology, in the meaning of technology, in the meaning of AI providers. Deep learning, this provider is super cool if you want to go deeper, if you want to understand models, if you want to understand machine learning, if you want to learn more about the technology, how to train a model, for instance, how to fine tune a model, for instance. Okay. So that's it. Thank you very much for attending this presentation. I'm really happy to be here. Please join, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm a mentor, so I can also help you as a mentor with AI topics. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Tomasz. Really appreciate it. I think this was really well done and the right level of detail for all of us to understand. Thank you very much, Tomasz.